Hello, and today we'll be checking out the second part of the plugin. That's the WooCommerce Multi-Vendor Marketplace plugin by Webkul. In the previous video, we saw how the admin can configure the plugin from the admin backend panel. And in today's video, we'll be checking out the workflow at the seller's end, how the sellers can register, how they have the different options there under the account panel to manage the orders, create different products, and much more. So before we proceed further with the workflow of the marketplace vendors here, please do subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to receive the latest updates. Apart from that, if you find this particular video helpful, then kindly give it a thumbs up. So now what happens is that as you can see right now, I'm at the storefront for the WooCommerce Multi-Vendor Marketplace itself, and I've just tapped here on the my account option that we can see, and that brings up this particular section wherein on the left hand side we have the login, and on the right hand side we have the register option. So the customers as well as the marketplace vendors can log into their account panel by entering their username and password here on the left hand side. And apart from that, to register as a customer, the customers can basically enter the email address, password, and then tap here on the register button. Now the same goes for the marketplace vendors as well. So as a customer, I want to create a seller account within marketplace, so I can choose I am a seller option here, and that brings up the registration option wherein the customer who wants to become a marketplace vendor can enter his email address, his password, first name, last name, his shop name, and he can also set up the shop URL and his telephone number. Thereafter, he just needs to tap here on the register button to register within the marketplace itself. And if the admin has set up the auto approval of the marketplace vendors, then the marketplace vendor would then be able to see the different marketplace options under his account panel. Now this was one way wherein the marketplace vendors can register themselves within the multi-vendor marketplace as a vendor. Apart from that, the admin can also set up the option here like the seller in place of the shop option or the cart option, and tapping that up brings up the section or the different registration page for the marketplace vendors only. So right now we can see that here we have the option to log in as a customer, as well as create a or register a customer as a marketplace vendor. Now I'll just show you the other way for the marketplace as well, how the customer who wants to become a marketplace vendor, how he can do the same. So if the admin has set up the separate seller registration, this option in the marketplace configurations, if he has checked this option, then for example here you can see that we have the seller option, and when the admin has set this separate seller registration option, so that would bring up another page where the sellers would be able to register themselves as the marketplace vendors. So if I tap here on the seller, then we'll have to basically tap here on the register option, or we can also tap here on the login here option. And after tapping here on the register option, the user will see the seller option here, wherein he'll be able to log into his account if he already has created an account within the marketplace, or he can register by entering the details as we can see here and tapping the register button in the last. So first one is when the admin has not chosen the separate registration field, and in that case you can see the particular login for the customer as well as for the marketplace vendor. And here the customer or the marketplace vendors can create their account within the marketplace as a vendor by choosing I am a seller option, and then going forward and filling up the details there. So this basically the separate registration comes from this particular option that we have, separate seller registration. And now let's see after after registration how the vendors would be able to check the different options under their own account panel. So for that, let's go to the storefront and let's log into the vendor account there. And before that, here you can see that this is the default registration for the vendors. After choosing I am a seller, entering the details here, setting up the shop URL, shop name, And here the system automatically checks whether the shop URL is available for use or not. And now let's go to the storefront. So here I'm at the storefront right now for the marketplace, and I'll be logging into my vendor account by entering my username and the password. So after entering, I'll just tap here on the login button, and now you can see that we're able to see the dashboard of the marketplace vendor here. So let's go through each of the options that the marketplace vendors have under the dashboard for the marketplace itself. So right now you can see that on the dashboard we have the lifetime sale, the total payout that has been made, the remaining amount that needs to be paid out, and the amount that has been refunded for the orders there. So and here also we can see a particular graph here, and the vendor can basically filter it according to year, month, last month, or the last 7 days to check the sales in the order history there. Apart from that, the vendor can also check the total orders that have been placed, along with the completed, pending, processing, on hold, cancelled, and refunded as well. And here the vendor can also see the total number of products that he has added, along with the top selling product, the link to the product, and the number of sales that has been made for that particular product. And here you can see that we have multiple products basically which are the top selling products for the vendor itself. Apart from that, the vendor can also see the top billing countries here from where the orders have been placed, and here also he can see the recent orders, as you can see right now, the complete list of orders that have been placed. Apart from that, to check all of the orders that have been placed, the vendor can tap here on the view all link that you can see, and that would take the vendor to his order history, and from here he can check any of the orders that has been placed within the marketplace itself. Now coming to the product list here, after the dashboard, here you can see that it contains a list of products that the marketplace vendor has added under his own account panel. And from here the vendor can add more products for selling out in the marketplace. Apart from that, the seller can search the products by their name and tapping them on the search button. Apart from that, he can also do bulk actions, like he can delete the products as well, or he can also delete individual products by choosing the product first and then tapping on the delete button. And initially, if it's the first time that you're basically going to create your products there, then this particular section would be empty. That's the product list. So let me tap on that once again. So if you've created the products, you can also edit them by tapping here on the edit button under the actions column. So if I tap here on the edit button for the t-shirt here, then we can see the option here. So we are on the edit page. The product type was a simple product. Now here you can see that 4 different product types are there. Now it depends upon the configuration in the backend panel for the marketplace itself. The ones that have been assigned for the marketplace vendors. So the product types that the admin has enabled, only those would be visible and can be used by the marketplace vendors to create that type of a product type. Also, the categories can also be assigned by the admin, and within those categories, the marketplace vendors can add their products. So here you can see that we're on the edit page. Here's the product name, then we have the description of the product, then we have the product category. So if I tap here, we'll get the available categories wherein the vendor would be able to add their products to. We have the product thumbnail, so you can upload a product image as well. Then here we have the product SKU that you have set up, the regular price, and then we have the product short description. So after changing, you can tap here on the update button. Then apart from that, then we have the inventory section for the product that we are basically editing right now. And here we can manage the stock as well. So if you want to enable the stock management at the product level at the storefront, then you can choose this option as a tick. And then you can set up the stock quantity, and you can also set up the allowed back orders, whether you want to allow or not. If you do not want to allow, you can choose do not allow. And for back orders, you can also allow but notify the customer for the same. And if you want to enable completely the back orders, then you can choose the allow option. Thereafter, for this particular product, the vendor can also set up the low stock threshold, and under the sold individually option here, if you enable this particular one, then what happens is that if you have enabled this to only allow one of these items to be bought in a single order. So if the customer is placing a single order, and if you've chosen this option, then only one one quantity of this product can be bought in a single order. To purchase more, you can place different orders or multiple orders there and add that particular product to those ones. Thereafter, you can tap here on the update button. Then comes the shipping section. Here you can set up the weight, the dimensions, the shipping class for the same. Then we have the linked products. You can also choose to set up the upsell and the cross-sell products for your product that we are editing right now. You can also choose the attributes for the product, and you can also add more attributes by tapping here on the add an attribute button, and that brings up the attribute name, the attribute value here, and you can choose to make it visible on the product pages by checking this particular option here, and that tapping the update button. Lastly, we have the product status. So after you have published it, and it would be online, so here we can see that the product status is online right now. You can also choose the product status as virtual or the downloadable product. You can also add images for the same, and you can also edit here, and you can make the particular product as draft or online. Draft makes it basically it disables the product. When you choose online, it's online and the customers can purchase the same. Now if I go back to the product list, from here we can add a new product by tapping here on the add button on the top right hand corner. And then from the product categories, we can choose a category within which we are going to add a product. Then for the product type, from the drop down, we can choose simple product, grouped, external, affiliate product, or a variable product as well. So if you choose a simple one, then tap on the next button. Then we have here the product name. For example, I'll set it as test one. Then I'll set it as about product. For the description, we can choose a product thumbnail by tapping here in the up button there, selecting the file, and thereafter I can choose this image, and thereafter we can tap here in the select, and you can see that the product image has been uploaded. Then we can set up the SKU for the product. We'll set up its regular price, the price on which you want to sell it out. You can also choose to enter the sale price. Thereafter you can set up the short description for the product itself, short product description. And then right now you can see that we only have one single tab here. After tapping on the save button, we'll be able to see the different other options as well. So the product has been created, and now from here you can go to the inventory system, and then you can do the same as I've already shown you within the edit product there. So from here you can set up the allow back orders, stock quantity, low stock threshold, whether you want to sell this particular product individually, that is one product in only one order, by choosing this option here. Similarly, you can choose the shipping, so you'll set up the weight, dimensions. If there's a shipping class, you can choose that up. You can set up the upsell and the cross-sell product for the product that you're going to create. If you want to add the attributes for this product, you can tap here in the add an attribute. You can set up the attribute name, the value of the attributes. You can choose it to show or visible, make it visible on the product page as well. And lastly, you can basically, you can see that right now it's in the draft, so you can make it as online by choosing that up and tapping here on the OK button. If it's a virtual product, you can check that option here, and basically you can see that if I choose virtual, the what we say as the shipping goes away because it's a virtual product, so the shipping is taken out. And for the downloadable product, you can basically check that option. You can set up the download limit. You can also set up the download expiry. So you can choose to add the images as well. You can add a file by tapping add file. So you can name the file, set up the file URL, and you can choose the file as well Apart from that, you can also delete the file as required. So that's how the marketplace vendors can access the product list and can add, edit, delete the products as per their own requirement there. Then comes the order history. So all of the orders that have been placed with this respective seller's products would be displayed here. So all of the order IDs would be displayed to the respective seller, along with the status, the date, and the total amount for the quantity there. And under the actions column, the vendor can check the complete order details by tapping on that I button there. And here you can see that from here for the order 397, the vendor can see that the customer bought a beanie and the beanie with logo. So the shipping that was chosen, the payment method that the customer had chosen, and the admin commission that is for this order, and the total as well. Apart from that, the vendor can see the customer details, billing, shipping addresses, and from here the vendor can also set up the order status as completed, processing, on hold, depending upon the requirement there. And within the order notes, the same is updated. If the vendor wants to make a refund, he can tap here on the refund button. If he wants to generate or print an invoice for the same, he can tap here on the print invoice button, and that would bring up this section here with the complete details, and then tap here on the print button to print the invoice for the respective order. So if I go back here, we can also tap here on the refund button. Then the vendor can choose the quantity that needs to be returned for the different products within that particular order. And here the vendor can set up the refund reason. And if you want to restock the refunded items within the stock there, then you need to select this option. And here the vendor can choose to refund the amount manually, and later he can transfer the amount to the customer there. And then he can choose here as refunded and then tap save to refund the amount to the customer there. So that was about the order history, how the vendors can check the order histories. Then here we have the transaction section, and here the marketplace vendors can check the complete transaction IDs for the transaction or the payouts that have been made by the marketplace admin to the vendors, along with the amount, the date, and the transaction ID. So if we tap here on the transaction ID, we'll be able to check the details of the transaction that was made. So here we have the transaction ID and the information of the particular payout, like the date, amount, the type, and the method there. And here we have the details of that particular order for which the payout was made to the marketplace vendor. Now let's go back to the transactions, and to the vendor can also tap here in the view button to check the same as required. Now after that, we have the shipping section. So from here, the marketplace vendors can add a new shipping zone. So right now I'm just giving you an overview of how the things work, and if I miss something, you can just check our user guide and the live demo for a better understanding there. You can also reach us to our support at webkul.com or www.webkul.com/contacts, or you can also raise a ticket for any concerns there at webkul.uvdesk.com. So from here you can see that the vendors can add a new shipping zone by tapping the link that's there, and from here he can set up the shipping zones by setting up the zone name, zone regions. He can also set up, or he can limit to the specific zip codes where he want to make the shipping available, and he can also choose the shipping classes here, and the vendor can also add the shipping classes by tapping here on the add shipping class, set up the shipping class name, its slug, the description for the same. So that was about the shipping, and after you created the shipping, that would then be reflected here. For example, we have John Zone. John Zone, the region is everywhere. The shipping method is marketplace flat rate shipping. From here he can edit or delete the created shipping method, and for the rest of the world, here you can see that we still have set up the marketplace flat rate shipping. So if the vendor taps here on the edit link under the actions column, then he'll be able to see the zone name, the zone regions, the shipping method. You can also tap here on the add method, and from the drop down you can choose the particular shipping method there and tap on the add shipping method button. And then this one, the marketplace free shipping, you can see that it has been updated, and then you can tap here on the update changes button to set up the shipping there. So that was about the shipping section. Then comes the seller profile. So as soon as you have created a new account, then you can see some of the details being already filled, like username, first name, last name, email, shop name, shop URL, phone number. So from here, the vendor can add and update the address for himself, choose his country, his state. Apart from that, he can also set up the about shop page content that would be visible to the customers there. And thereafter, he can go to the image section to upload his image here. And he can also set up the shop logo there. Apart from that, if the vendor wants to show the banners on the seller's page, then he'll have to choose this option here. Then he'll have to upload the the image for the same. And lastly, the vendor can also set up the social profiles like his Facebook profile ID, Twitter, Google Plus, LinkedIn profile ID, YouTube profile. Here you can set up the payment information that can be used by the marketplace admin to make a payout to the respective vendor using the payment information that he has set up here. So if I just tap here on the view profile button as under the vendor account, so here you can see the name, seller John Doe. Here's the banner, here's the image that we have uploaded, here's the email address, telephone, the address, and the social networking there that for which the seller had set up the settings. Apart from that, you can see the recent products from the seller here, as you can see. And here's the description there, the about description that was there, and the reviews as well. Apart from that, the customers can also whip here on the view collection button to check the complete collection of the particular seller, all of the products that are there within the same. And let me cross it out. And so these are the things that we have set up under the seller profile. Then comes the notification. So here the marketplace vendors will get three types of notification. One is for the orders, the other one is for the products, and the last one is for the seller. So for example, here you can see that as soon as a new review has been placed, the same notification is sent out to the seller, and from here he can check the details as well for those reviews that have been made for his product. And under the orders, he can see the complete notifications for the order status that have been changed along with the days. And for the products, if any product is added, is deleted, or other functions there, then those notifications would come under the product tab here. So that was about the seller profile, and for the notifications. Now comes the shop followers. So the customers can follow or can make the sellers as their favorite one. They can access those shop dealers from their account by going to the my favorite vendors there, or the shops. So right now you can see that this particular marketplace vendor can see the shop follows. This is the customer Peter Doe, his email address. From here, the vendor can basically send the notification to his shop followers by choosing the customers and then tapping here on the send notification button. The vendor can set up the subject for the same and enter the message that you want to send out to the respective shop followers, and then tapping here on the send mail button. So right now I'm just showing you the overview here, not completely the each and every step. For that, you can just check out our user guide that I've attached within the description below. And the vendor can also delete any of the followers by tapping on the delete button under the actions column, as you can see. Now then comes the ask to admin. Now vendors, if they're having any issues or they want to clarify anything, they can basically ask to the admin directly, and that can be done by tapping here on the add button. Apart from that, if you have already asked to admin any details, you can find the date, subject, and the message that you had sent out to the marketplace admin. And to send a new one, just tap here on the add, enter the subject, message, and then tap here on the submit button to ask your query to the marketplace admin there. And thereafter we have the admin dashboard. So under the admin dashboard, if I tap here on the admin dashboard, it depends upon whether the admin has enabled the the different or the same admin a dashboard view for the marketplace vendors as well. And in fact it has been done, then if the marketplace vendor taps here on the admin dashboard, you'll be able to see the same dashboard that the admin has. Now it is visible for the marketplace vendors as well. So here you can see that we have the dashboard, we have the marketplace, under that we have the marketplace options. Then under here you can see that we have the reports, orders, transaction notifications, shop followers, my profile, ask to admin. So if I tap here on the shop followers, we'll find the complete list of the customers who are the shop followers, and it all is looking just like the admin end. And we can also tap here on the ask to admin, and we'll have the same here. To ask a query, just tap here on the ask query, set up the subject message, and tap on the ask button. So that's how the vendors can also see their dashboard like the admin. And at the top here you can see that we have the seller dashboard, and here we have the option to get back to the default seller dashboard. So if I tap here in the default seller dashboard, we'll again be able to see the simple one that we were already checking out. Apart from that, as a customer can also be a vendor, so that's why here we have the customer account options like the dashboard, orders, downloads, addresses, account details, my favorite seller, and the logout option. So to log out, you can just tap here on the logout, and the marketplace vendor can log out of his account there. And here you can see that the favorite seller thing that I was showing you here for the shop followers. If I go to the my favorite seller, here the customer can find the particular seller who is or whom the customer is following, and from here he can also delete his shop for which he is following the same. So now let's go back to my dashboard here for the marketplace vendor. So that's how we have these options here, like the product list to create products and manage the things, order history, transactions, shipping, sellers profile, notifications about the orders and the messages for the same, shop followers, ask to admin, and the admin dashboard as well. So let me go to the order history. As I've already shown you, the vendor can basically what we say as manage the orders under here by tapping the button this under the actions column, and from here he can proceed further to change the status there, set up the notes, and can print the invoice, or can also make a refund as required. Now let's see how the marketplace vendor products are visible at the storefront. So let me go to the product list once again. I'm sorry for that. Let me go to the product list once again, and here let me open this particular product. That's the t-shirt. So this is how the product of the marketplace vendor would be visible to the customers at the storefront, with the price, the name of the product, its image, the seller, that's the John shop. I'll open that up in another window. Here he can also, the customer can make up the quantity that he wants to purchase. From here he can add the product into the cart to make it checkout, and here the customers can find the description of the product, and if there's any additional information of the product like the weight, dimensions, or the color, that can be seen on the additional information here. And under the reviews as well, the customers can post the reviews there along with the rating for that same, and can enter the review and tap here on the submit button, and then this is moderated by the admin in the backend panel. And let's go to the seller profile. Now this is the seller profile which is visible to the customers. Here we have the average rating, the email, telephone number, the address, the social links, the recently added product by the vendor itself, and the about for the store, and the reviews for the price, value, and quantity quality there, along with the comment as well, along with the name of the customer and the date of submitting the review as well. From here the customers can also view the complete collection of the marketplace vendor, and that would display all of the products from the seller. So here you can see the seller, John Doe, and here we have the product from the seller, the complete list of products of the seller, and here we also have the pagination there. And if I go back to view my profile as a customer, here we have the details of our marketplace vendor, along with the rest of the details for his shop as well. And here you can see that the seller recent products can be seen. We can also choose the options for the configurable type of products. So here you can see that seller is John Shop, and from here we can choose the color of the product, and we can also choose whether we want to have a logo on it or not. And after that the customer can add the particular product to the cart and can make a checkout. Here you can also see that there's a sale on the product, and the same is visible. That's and the variation of the price is there. That's from $35 to $42 here, along with the product images, the description, additional information, the available colors, the logos, whether yes or no, the weight and the dimensions of the product itself. So that was much about the vendor workflow for the WooCommerce Multi-Vendor Marketplace plugin, and I hope it helped you out in understanding the overview that I've provided to you, that how the vendors can do all of those operations there under the account panel, how they can register for the orders and the rest of the things. And if you still have any questions, queries or suggestions, then kindly reach back to us at support@webkul.com, or by creating a ticket at webkul.uvdesk.com, or by accessing www.webkul.com/contacts. And in the second video, I'll be showing you the complete workflow at the customer's end, and the rest of the options that the customers get under their own account panel there after they have registered. So I'll just show you the complete registration process as well, and the purchase, and then how the orders can be completed from the vendor's end itself. So that was much about this particular plugin for the vendor workflow, and I hope it helped you out. So if you find this particular video helpful, then do give it a thumbs up. And lastly, thanks for watching this particular video, and have a great day ahead.